A video game company answers a number of questions, and on the basis of those answers, we can establish what we call a provisional age rating that is accompanied by a set of content descriptors that explain why a specific age rating was given to a game. But then a very important part of our process starts, which is the work that our administrators do. The NICAM Institute in the Netherlands and the Games Rating Authority in the United Kingdom, they divide the work and they actually go and examine, they play all those video games to check if the answers given by the video game companies are accurate.
The next part of the assessment is they need to provide us with video footage of their answers. So if they've said, yes, my game contains realistic looking violence towards a human, they have to make a video clip of that. And then the first thing our examiners will do is look at that assessment alongside the video footage to determine have they properly captured all of the content that we need to examine? Have we got enough video footage to be able to rate the game? So they're typically watching between 2 and 4 hours worth of footage, then they get to play the game. And the purpose of playing the game is to try things that weren't necessarily shown in the video. What happens if I kill my own character? What happens if I kill the innocent civilians in the background? To test things that might have not really been thought about in that level of detail by the publisher. Once we've examined the game, we can then send the license and the publisher will know what age rating and descriptors to put on the back of the box. The content descriptors that are given are dependent on the most pertinent content in the game. So the PEGI criteria was always designed to be as objective as possible, so the developers know what to expect in advance, and it also gives us a solid basis to make our determinations from. In terms of censorship, that's not something that PEGI's about. What we do help publishers with, if they're aiming for a particular age rating, let's say they want to get a PEGI 12, but we know that there's a certain scene in the game or there's some bad language that's pushing it up to a 16, we can identify those for the publisher and say, look, if you take that out or if you shoot this particular scene from a slightly different camera angle, then we can look at modifying the game to bring the age rating down. It's purely about identifying those scenes and giving them the option to do that. We would never force a developer to make modifications to their own game. There will always be new emerging trends in the video games world. What we do each year is we meet up with our PEGI experts group to talk about the challenges that us as administrators are facing, or to say there's this new area of content, we think it might require a new criteria. We can then go away, create a smaller working group, we can conduct public research to back up our findings as administrators, and then ultimately the system works so we can bring in new criteria to classify that content.